Hi, I'm Winston. Welcome to the Real Estate Template, where there's so much more to real estate investing than just houses and buildings and land. We're going to teach you how to run numbers. We're going to teach you how to understand your investments. We're going to teach you how to be comfortable and get security in your investment. Because if you aren't secure in your investment will stress you out to no end. I'm going to start off with talking about capital expenditures. On our last video, we did a video on cap rate. So if you haven't seen that video yet, I need you to back up and I need you to watch that video before watching this video, because it is the first piece of this pie. I did not have a capital expenditure in my video last week. This week, I wanted to put one in it so I could explain to you exactly what it was, exactly how it works. So a capital expenditure is, if you have capital expenditures that will be coming out of a property within the next 5 years, then you should be including them in your numbers as you run them on a yearly basis to give you a true reading of your total profitability. That money should be going into an account designated to that specific repair so that you do not have to dig into your pockets to come up with the money all at one time at the end. So let's say you have a roof. You get 3 bids on the roof. The roof is going to cost you $8,000 to replace. If that roof is going to cost you $8,000 to replace, maybe you got enough money. You can just pull it out, pay for the roof, no big deal. That's fine. But if you are an investor that's starting out and you're trying to make money, you may not have $8,000 that you can dig into your pocket for. You may need to come up and say, I got to figure out how to do this. I have 5 years to put this new roof on my house and I need the money. That is what I'm talking about here. What I would do at that particular point in time is I would say, okay, if my roof is going to be $8,000, I would divide that by 8 years, or I'm sorry, I would divide that by 5 years. 8 years if you can't afford, if you want to do it over that period of time, that's up to you. But we're going to use 5 years as our example in this video. So I would divide that by 5 years. So 8,000 divided by 5 is $1,600 a year. And then I would take that $1,600 a year and I would put that into a separate account on a monthly basis and have that money at the end of the 5 years so that I can just write a check and it does not affect me personally to go in there and put that money on that roof. What is a capital expenditure? A capital expenditure is an air conditioning unit, a roof, flooring, siding, painting, lighting, a water heater. It can be almost anything. So everybody takes a capital expenditure and they look at it from a different perspective. For me, in my accounting purposes, anything over $2,500, that's going to be a capital expenditure for me. I'm going to track that cost. I'm going to give that cost to my attorney, not my attorney, but my accountant. When I give that cost to my accountant is then going to take that and he's going to do depreciation on it, which means, we discussed that in a previous video, the depreciation is going to give me the ability to write that expense off for 27 and a half years on my profits of my company. So it is important to understand what a capital expenditure is, how to track it, and what to do with it. So last week when we ran our numbers like this right here. We did not have a capital expenditure in anything. There was no place for it. My profit margin came out on a yearly basis to 8.3%. So this week I added capital improvements for a roof for $8,000 at $1,600. So when I added that in there, I'm going to do this for a 5-year period of time, which is going to change my profit for that 5 years to 7.7% cap rate. That's all you got to do. You track it. If you're running numbers, we were talking last week about our whole purpose for running our numbers is so that we can know whether our deal is profitable, whether we're going to make the money that we say we're going to make on this deal, or whether we're going to not make the money. And we discussed over and over and over the importance of not lying about your numbers, not trying to make it look better than what it is, because when you do, you will fail in the end. We are not in the times we were 5 years ago. We are in 2023. Numbers are important. And if you make a mistake, it could be the difference between you keeping the property or you losing the property because you can't pay your bills. Diagnose every single number. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please hit the like and subscribe button at the bottom. If you have any questions, please send us an email. Thank you very much. Have a great day.